And there is a thing that I see people, when they are driving, they're driving on top of the lines. I'm like, why do you book for a test drive if you still can't, control your truck to be in the lane? Why are you driving on top of the line? When they're doing left hand, I see them, you're like, oh, the person cut that line. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. And some things are so painful. And it hurts me because some people fail the test horribly and they already paid money to the driving school. Now let's talk about some of the things that you must do. Because I see some of the people, when they're going to write the learner's test, they go to write the learner's test, they're not even on time. The person will be late, which is the biggest mistake that you guys are doing. Because when you are late, you don't see what is happening in that testing station. You just are rushing to be there and write the test, and you pass the test, you just want to go home, even if when you fail. Again, you don't want to ask for your failing results. Then again, when you arrive early, don't sit inside there, because you know that you will write your test in 1 hour time or in 30 minutes time. Why do you sit inside and watching people who are there to pay, for their disc license, to renew their license? You have no business looking at those people. You'll be looking at, oh, this one, they look good together. You don't have to do that. Those people, they have the driver's license already. Do not sit there. Go outside. Watch when other people are doing the test drive, because that's the road that you go into. Because after the learners, you still have to go to the test drive. Go stand outside. Look at when other people are failing. Look at when they pass. Why are they passing? How are they doing track inspection? Because the gentleman that I spoke with today, he still wanted to know if he has to start with the interior or exterior. He has to start outside or inside, And those are the information which is on the internet. Even if when you check Google, you go to Google and you type track inspection, it will come out there. I think now they call it pre-trip. It doesn't matter because they're using the fancy names, but it doesn't matter. You understand? It's track inspection. Type track inspection on Google, then they're going to show you how it's done from start to, they will give you that. And when you sit outside there, you watch other people doing that track inspection. You look at the way they do things. You look at what makes them, knock that pole down. Why are they failing to get that truck in there? Then you use different tricks. You understand what works and what doesn't work. How do they cut that? Because there are people who book for, it used to happen before when we were still booking with a cell phone. Because after you pass your learners, then you go on the public phones and whatever you call so that you can book for your test drive. And once you booked for that, they will tell you that the only date that they have is at Benoni, or the only date that they have is in a Boxback. You've never been at Boxback. You never went to Benoni. You don't even know the testing station. You don't even know where you should start. On the day you're going to drive, you expect to get there and master that ground, which is something which is wrong again. Make it easy. If you are going to book at the city or the town which is close to you, go there. When you go to do your shopping with your madam, or you're going to do your shopping with your guy or your hubby or whatever, make it a priority that you will have 30 minutes or 1 hour that your partner needs to know that we must pass by this testing station, because I just want to sit there for about 30 minutes and watch these people. Cut time, because sometimes you do window shopping, you're looking at the set of shoes that you are not even going to buy that day. Cut that. Go sit there and watch when other people are failing. And also, I said failing or passing, it doesn't matter. And also, the majority of you guys, I know that some of you guys who are from Kasi, when you are from Kasi, there will always be that driving school that will teach people about step hill and this other type of stuff before they go to, the testing station. Take your time, sit somewhere there at the ground, watch those people how they are, doing things, so that you can take notes and you can help yourself, because sometimes it's not everybody who can have money to go and book for, lessons at the driving school. I don't know how much do they charge per each lesson. And it's so difficult to get to them and say, I want only one lesson. They are going to give you a problem. You need to say at least you want to take 4 lessons or you want to take 3 lessons. And one more thing, I hear most people that I'm talking to them on WhatsApp, they are complaining about people who are teaching them. They are impatient. They are very aggressive to them. They don't even respect them. They don't treat them like human beings. One thing for sure you have to understand is that, that guy is dealing with certain problems because he's also working for somebody. Maybe the person has 3 months without pay. Maybe the person for the past 2 months, they didn't pay the person. Or maybe that guy has been fighting for increase for the past 6 years. So when you showed up, you're like, but I paid you. He doesn't care because of the person you paid didn't pay him. So he is like, I don't know how many times I must tell you, my sister, you must press full clutch. And you don't understand why he's raging. It's because of he's having these difficulties that he's dealing with internal. The company, it has its own problems. So you need to help yourself by educating yourself and don't rely on that man. Because passing and failing, it doesn't matter to him because they're not even paying him enough. Maybe he's even thinking about leaving. He's thinking about, starting his own driving school. So you need to take time, go sit there and educate yourself about this thing. And one more thing that I want to say, guys, don't be afraid to ask. If you know that you are standing outside there while somebody is busy with their driver's license test and you see that there is someone who is next to you or people who are also watching, don't be afraid to ask them. Because there is a possibility that those people who are standing there, they already went through that route and they passed and they can tell you a thing or two that they know. Or else the person who's standing there, they are about to go and book for their driver's license test. Don't be afraid to ask, guys. We all went through that. I just wanted to share that with you guys because in most cases, people go there, and they fail and they still don't understand why they fail. Because of some, test inspectors, they are so rude in a way that they just take a truck and they don't tell you anything. And you'll be like, what happened? People tell you that, no, that means you failed. If they just took your truck and they just drove it, that means you failed. But you have to, be there. You have to ask questions. You have to understand what's going on. Because I remember even back in the days, they used to tell us that if, they are not taking your truck, that means you're still doing good. And if, they come to take your truck, that means you failed. So now it's easier, guys. You need to know. You need to know when you're doing, your test that now I'm doing good or now I fail. Because we used to panic a lot. And one more thing I know that you guys, you think maybe if you didn't do well to track inspection, the test just end right there. It doesn't. In most cases, they will reduce points. They will allow you to drive. And while you're busy driving, the more you make mistakes, they keep on reducing points and you will fail because of now there is too much mistakes that, they see from that. Maybe you're not observing, maybe you don't even indicate, maybe you're driving on top of the line, and also when you're doing alley docking or you go into the poles, they will always tell you that, they will give you a second chance. I will give you a second chance. If you think, you're not going to make it, I will give you another second chance. But do not break and go forward. They will always tell you that. But you have to make sure. You have to make sure that you do it once. Don't have that mentality of saying, I still have a second chance, and even if I can mess it up now, I can still do it good on the second chance. Don't do that. Don't give them any chance to doubt you, Just convince that woman that you are born to drive. Convince that man that, that driving school or that testing station, when they designed it, they were having you in their minds, Convince them that you're a good driver. That's all you have to do. Just convince that woman that you're a good driver. And that's it. Make sure that you're smooth on your gear. Make sure that you observe. Make sure that before you switch the lane, you check your mirrors. Make sure that you indicate all the time. Make sure that the steering wheel, you hold the steering wheel well. When you're turning, you're not turning the steering wheel like you're driving at home. You have to drive the right way. But we're going to speak about it on the next video, because I'm going to talk about the things that you must be aware of when you are driving outside, the testing, station, because of now, you need to know that there might be convoy. You might see other people who are in a hurry. Others, they have somebody who is sick, must be in the hospital now. And you plugged the L right there. You need to know that those people, when they come there, they start hooting, they shouldn't, put you under pressure. Because the truck will switch off and it's gonna be a mess. And you don't have any right to blame the other driver who's been hooting at you. You need to know your story. That's why I create this kind of videos. That's why I want to talk to you guys, so that you can be aware of these things. And I appreciate you guys showing me love and support. It's part 1 and part 2, remember. Thank you.